up, everybody? It is Thursday, October 25th. Me and Colby's birthdays are coming up here soon next week. What is my birthday? November 2nd. What day is that? That is next Friday, dog. Holy shit.
Ooh, a Friday. Friday Rager?
Yeah, so what's cool about that is we had a flag football game that we had at 2 o'clock on Saturday, and we moved that to 9 a.m., opening up the whole day to celebrate, Colby.
And we got Drake that day.
Is that still happening?
Yeah, he's back on tour. Hey, hit him with the money thing real quick.
So, just like last episode, we had a two ad episode last time we forgot. Sorry about that, Stitch Fish, but we're gonna do you up really good on this one. Extra good. We're gonna put extra effort into this one. So, Stitch Fix is an online personal styling service which Burns needs because his style sucks, that finds and delivers clothes, shoes, and accessories to fit your body, budget, and lifestyle. Just go to Stitch Fit. This is the hard part. StitchFix.com/dudecomedy and tell them your sizes, what styles you like. Burns ain't got no fucking style, and how much you want to spend on each item. You'll be paired with your very own personal stylist who will handpick 5 items, ladies and gentlemen. Not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 items to send right to your front door. Then you try them on, pay only for the ones that you love, not just like, love, and return the rest. Shipping, exchanges, and returns are always free. That's pretty crazy. There's no subscription required, so you people out there be like, I don't want nobody charging me this monthly stuff. There's no subscription, literally nothing. You can sign up to receive scheduled shipments or get your fix whenever you want. Stitch Fix's styling fee is only $20, which is applied towards anything you keep from your shipment. So, ladies and gentlemen, especially Burns, perk your ears up on this because your style sucks donkey. Get started now at StitchFix.com/dudecomedy, and you'll get an extra 25% off when you keep all 5 items in your box. So why would you not keep all 5? And anything will be better in Burns' style because his style sucks. That's StitchFix.com/dudecomedy to get started. StitchFix.com/dudecomedy. My wife uses Stitch Fix all the time, and her style used to suck until now.
Burns, I don't think Kyle likes your style.
I mean, he said it like 5 times in one ad.
You made it very clear that
he made it very clear.
Your style is generic.
So what is this Jimmy tweet that I hear about that I haven't?
Oh, so normally, if you guys are new to the show, welcome. Colby, Kyle, Burns on the show. We have a 4th member who we like to refer to as a guest.
This some bitch ain't no member.
So listen to this. This is basically he pours his heart out on this. Want me to read it? You got it. He pours his heart out to his Twitter followers, his 439,000 Twitter followers today. I wanted to see, Burns, if you notice anything missing from this. Life is busy as it's ever been for me. Family, quotation marks, or parentheses, big one. YouTuber, duplex rental build, 11 townhouse rental build, remodel in my house, parentheses, new office. Binging Outlander, Scots are going over possible foreclosure house buy for remodel, USA Mobile, and that's it. So grateful.
He forgot about us, man.
He forgot about us.
Yeah.
He literally had more characters there. He listed everything else going on in his life except for one thing. Thriving podcast. It would have been a nice, decently above average podcast. We would have took that.
He could even have said, making time for my friends on our podcast.
But that would be a complete lie, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's true. He's not wrong.
That would be 100% lie.
So we've gone to the point now where he doesn't even acknowledge us on his life accomplishment / stress test. We're nothing to him.
It's all good, man. I remember.
Speaking of all good.
No, hold on. I remember. Burns, remember when me and you were at the top and then Jimmy came along just suckling at our chodes? Remember? Did we overlook him for anything?
Never.
Was he our fucking boy through thick
Always.
and thin? as me and
Always.
you were the thriving top dogs on fucking YouTube, did we fucking look over him and say, hey, we're too cool for you, Mr. 23,000 follower fucking piece of shit? Even though we didn't even think he was a piece of shit, we're like, hey, he's a cool dude. But now that he's leaped over with this Fortnite craze, now we are fucking a pimple on his nutsack.
Left you in the dust to die, to burn.
Speaking of Fortnite, what a dog shit update,
dude! I'll be honest. At first I was like, it's hard. Now if you don't play Fortnite and all this shit, basically all Fortnite has ever been battle royale style is user versus user, and then they added these pods of zombies that came down, so you have to kind of fight the zombies while you're trying to fight the users. And at first I'm like, fucking what a clusterfuck. This ain't the same old shit. But that's the same thing I always complain about. That Fortnite, like games are just the same old shit. It was a nice little curveball. Me and Ken were playing last night.
I wish they made it brighter. I can't ever see that shit, man.
Yeah, it's super dark. I mean, it's kind of like, I understand why they did it. It's kind of like a tiny bit of marketing towards Save the World, make people want to buy Save the World. But
yeah, I got
that. They could have made it like a LTM, and it would have been fun to play for a little bit. But like,
yeah, that was my one little beef.
I mean, or they could like tone down the zombies, because if you get to the final circle, it feels like you're fighting off like 50 zombies while you're not even paying attention to where the last guys are.
Yeah, you have to build up, but the thing is that it is 100% action the whole fucking game. That's a fact.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It does. Yeah. It does. Like, I wish that to keep the camping out of it, or to speed up the game. I feel like Blitz is a better option, full-time game mode than adding this in.
But that's what you notice. Like, nobody sits and you can't camp.
You can't.
Because then you hear people shooting off in the distance. You're like, they're fucking fighting zombies. This is gonna fuck them out.
I'm not a big fan of being able to deploy your glider all the time and be able to get around. I like mobility, like the bouncers and the launch pads, but like being able to just build. Like, what's the point of a launch pad now?
Yeah, and also birds. So typically, if you build up and you fall, you either get injured or you die. But now you can, in the main game types, you can just jump off and fly. Which, yeah, I don't know. At first,
I'm surprised they rolled it out as the full thing. But I listened to the Joe Rogan podcast the other day with the Marquise, the tech reviewer guy. You know?
Yeah.
And he made a really good point about cell phones. And so, like, when iPhone came out with the notch on the top, and then I think he said it was Google came out with like a phone 2 months later with the notch in the top. And everyone was like, oh, Google just ripped off the iPhone. He's like, that's literally impossible. Like, these phones have been like in prototype for 6, 7, 8 months before stuff even starts leaking.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way that they have a quick enough turnaround time to be like, hey, that looks pretty cool. Let's go figure it out in 2 months and release it in our phone that's already done. He made that point, and that's like Fortnite. Like, people were saying, oh, they copied the zombies in Call of Duty. It's like, they're not. They're really talented, but that's impossible to turn around and be like, hey, go do what this is doing right now and put it in our game. Like,
well, I mean, what they could have done though is typically this is around when Call of Duty would come out. Normally it comes out in November. So they could have kind of positioned that to be like, so, okay, like you know, basically only people get excited about Call of Duties for zombies. You know, maybe this is something that we can like, you know, promote our zombie game, you know, to fight it. Because normally Call of Duty comes out like early November, right? This year it came out way before it typically does.
Yeah, it came out in October. Yeah.
So yeah, no, I get that. I think that they definitely had this planned, and we're all on the same page. Maybe roll it out as a limited time mode and get it tested before. So like, imagine being a pro right now, and you're going to play in the $2.6 million tournament at TwitchCon tomorrow and Saturday, and they just basically change the entire game on how you've played it to become a pro.
Do they have to play it like that?
Yeah, do they have to play it like that?
I would imagine if it's the normal game type, you know what I mean? Like,
it's so dumb. Imagine like you're going to play for hundreds of thousands of dollars, and all of a sudden they change the meta. They change the.
I like that though. That's a fucking.
Well, it's kind of like so like the Tfue guy. I read a thing that he's like catching. Technically, he's like catching Ninja in Momentum as like the most popular Twitch streamer and stuff, you know, like, cause he's just gaining people. Ninja's obviously slowed down a little bit, but he's still number one. But what this guy does is he like does pro scrims and everything where he's playing like 46 other pro guys and they're working on all their builds and stuff. He's been doing that for like a month to get ready for this big ass tournament. And now it's like, hey, everything you've just practiced for a month, now throw zombies in there. Like, fuck you. Like, it's kind of funny.
I like it because nobody is like, if they have to play like that, that's funny as shit though. But it's just like,
yeah,
I just like how like the game just kind of keeps you on your toes. Like, even me and Ken were playing last night, and I'm like, at first when me and Colby were playing, I'm like, fuck this shit. Like, this is stupid. But then after a few games, like playing last night, I'm like, all right, it's actually kind of cool. You know, you can, you know, you're not going into battle with like no ammo. Like, you're pretty much loaded up on ammo after working a couple zombies. You know, I thought it was.
I feel like nobody has materials anymore.
Yeah,
because they're spending all their time.
Which also could be one of the reasons why they did it too, to make it so there was less high battle in the sky type shit.
Yeah,
who knows?
I mean, I kind of like it. Before I forget, so I was looking at a Roman Atwood video. I don't know why. Oh no, I saw he just did a partnership with.
It was probably the same thing that I saw. Jordan retweeted it.
Yeah, what was
Proximity. It was a G Fuel huge.
Oh,
giveaway.
okay, yeah, it was a G Fuel that had Roman Atwood. So I'm like, fuck, I wonder what that dude's up to. Because I think we used to have more followers than Roman Atwood at one point, like way back in the day. So I'm looking at it, and I go to his page. I'm like, what is this dude up to? And he's actually like killing it. You know, almost 15 million followers, yada yada yada. And I didn't really like. I know that he had this longtime girlfriend, and so one of the titles was like her big day. And I'm like, huh, interesting. And she's at like, you can tell she's like about to have surgery, you know? So I'm kind of like skimming through this video to like see what's going on. And I go to like the after surgery, and she has like, you know, like the surgery lines on her chest and stuff. And I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, did this motherfucker literally just clickbait as her big day for getting tit implants? And that's my first cue. I'm like, what is going on? So I start diving in deeper, you know, because I didn't want to watch the whole video. And I started looking at the comments, and a lot of the comments were like encouraging. They're like, oh yeah, it's all about feeling comfortable in your own skin. Like, good job. So proud of you. And I'm like, okay, there's no way this was fucking titty implants. And then I see this one, finally I see one of the top comments, and it was like, how's it her, like, why go through the big risk to put like big bags of fluid in your breasts? And I'm like, holy shit. Like, he literally just clickbaited her as like, I'm thinking, like, I haven't watched this. I've never really watched his stuff. Obviously I've seen some of his videos here and there that, you know, have blown up, but like, it was literally like a dramatic video for getting fucking titty implants. And then, I mean, cool, whatever. It got a shitload of views, but at the same time, it's like all these people in the comments were like so proud of you. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking? People are talking about being like, yeah, it's all about being confident and comfortable in your own skin. I'm like, she's literally fucking changing her own skin. What the fuck are you talking about? It's like, my mind was, I haven't seen, like I said, I haven't seen her shit in forever. And I pop on this one, and I'm like, no, he did not just fucking do this for titty implants. Like, it was supposed to be, like, it was like all emotional and stuff. I'm like, what in the fuck? Like I already have like when it comes to like titty implants as well, like if you try to act like it's weird because a lot of girls like try to like hide it, you know, but it's like, I'll be cool if you get titty implants if you fucking come or like open about, yeah, I got my fucking tits done, you know. But it's like that is like the complete opposite of what these people were saying in the comment section. Like, so proud of you. You know, it's all about being confident in who you are. And I'm like, this is literally the fucking opposite of being confident in who you are, you know?
Right.
Yeah, you're paying a bunch of money and putting yourself in a risk.
It would make more sense if they were saying like something like you're trying to gain more confidence. Like, you don't feel comfortable, so you want to change so you can feel comfortable, but
I think he's built that false like familyhood. So all these people that are viewers, he calls them like his family and stuff like that, you know. Mm-hmm. So it's like the false positive, or all those people who are like the rest of their lives. I hate to say it like this, but the rest of their lives suck. So they're like living through him and his family, and they feel like they're part of it. So that's probably why they're just oblivious, being like, "You can do it." Like, oh yeah.
But it's just so like. It's just so mind-blowing to me. So let's take, for instance, Caitlyn Jenner, okay? Like, it's just so different Caitlyn Jenner gets just like annihilated for what he did, you know? But then look at like a real girl who, you know, he got annihilated by a lot of men, but you know, a lot of women were like supportive. But when it comes to like titty implants, like, you know how much risk that is to have surgery on your body, put something in your fucking body that doesn't exist in your body, all to have bigger tits? Isn't that fucking weird? Isn't just the whole concept of tit implants weird to be? I mean, I guess, you know, the concept of makeup to me is also weird because you basically paint your fucking face every single day to look like a different person. But, and then, you know, titty implants, plastic surgery, like all that shit is weird. And we, like, everybody, I think if you get implants and stuff like that, that should be fair game to talk shit about, like, anything about you.
There are risks involved in every surgical procedure, but this one you may not have expected. Earlier this week, the FDA reported that 359 cases and 9 deaths have occurred from a rare cancer linked to breast implants.
Hey, this is going to sound fucked up, but if somebody fucking gets implants and they get that shit, I don't feel bad. Sorry.
It's kind of like the same thing with like if you smoke cigarettes and you get lung cancer.
Exactly. I don't fucking feel bad for you. Like, obviously, my mom like pretty much smoked her whole life, and in the last like 5 years she quit and stuff. Mm-hmm. But like, if down the line, if she gets lung cancer, I mean, obviously I'm gonna be upset and shit, but it's gonna be like, well, fuck, you shouldn't have smoked those cigarettes, mom. You know, and it's like, why fucking, like, I just don't get it. Like,
the breast implants is just a whole nother level of like, it's just weird if you take a step back and look at like what your body is, right? And like what it's supposed to be, and like how your brain controls your body, and you're just out there like,
we should have had
you're a little ant in the world, you know? But to like risk your little ant ship for something that is just so small to like boost your confidence, if that's what it is or whatever.
But confidence for what? Like,
I see, that's what I'm saying. It's just so weird.
Like, what does she need confidence in? Oh, I'm married to a 15 million subscriber dude who's world famous. Like, what the fuck do you need confidence for? Like, where? Like, just to walk around in public, or you just
we should have had Laura Lux on to ask her since she has implants.
Oh yeah. We should have.
And then
but the thing is, like, implants for her world probably propelled her, but this person doesn't need titties for anything. And that's like, that's a bullshit fucking cop out. I need it for my confidence. Like, what the fuck do you mean? Like, you're not like, I'm confident in myself. Like, I think everybody should be confident in themselves. Like, what the fuck is, I need tits to be confident. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life.
Well, that Laura Lux girl just got like plastic surgery on her ass or something, I think.
We need to get her on.
That's the fucking world we live in, man. Let's get her on, and I'm gonna lay into her. Cause but I feel like she would be the type of person who'd be like, well, you know, in the industry I'm in, like, you know, that helps me, you know.
Well, just from the conversations we've had with her before, she might just be like, well, I just wanted them.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I can 100% respect that. Well, not fully respect, but I can be like, okay, like, you know, fuck it, you wanted big titties, you know. But I don't know if like she's not fucking married to a 15 million follower YouTuber, you know, and probably multi-millionaires, you know. It's like where do you need, like, I just don't get it.
Yeah, confidence for the Roman Atwood's wife is a tough sell. I get what you're saying.
But so like Laura Lux, I would say she probably got them for attention. She's probably got modeling jobs and stuff because she had fatter titties doing dirty pics and stuff, right? But
yeah, and that's also, there's nothing wrong with that because she probably would, like you said, claim that that's why I did it.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, yeah, it's not like financially wise, there's probably nothing wrong with it, but like morally wise, to me, that's just like, what in the fuck? Like, but so basically, attention. And I mean, a lot of these women that get breast implants, it's 100% fucking attention. You know, it's like,
well, it's like what we talked about with the Instagram. They're all just in a competition with each other. They'll say it's for dudes, but it's all for girls. Like makeup, like to go back to your makeup point, like I don't notice like, oh, that girl has a lot of makeup. That girl has a little bit of makeup. That girl is no makeup. Like, I should go talk to the one with no makeup. You know what I mean? Like, it's just. Yeah. But girls see it like when they're getting ready and stuff to like go out. it's for the pictures, it's for their Instagram, it's for other girls who are gonna see it and be like, oh, what, look at like this, oh look, like, you know what I mean? It's just that's how they're programmed. That's how, like, I don't know where we compete like as dudes, but like for girls, that's what it is, like competition, who can look the best.
And the funniest thing is, like, most girls will tell you like they have to put on makeup. It's like, I mean, I get it, like, to be able to like compete in certain worlds, like you got to do what the hot ones are doing,
especially if you started at 16 in high school and now your face is like messed up because of it.
The best thing is like the girls that just completely overdo it and have no fucking clue. Like
when the foundation and all that stuff.
So not to be so, like, a lot of like Mexican girls will 100% overdo their eyebrows, but they have no clue that it looks retarded, and a lot of white people do, but you see it a lot in like the Mexican culture, is like the really like thick, dark, like perfectly trimmed eyebrows,
Tons of eyeliner.
Yeah, I'm trying to find this. I follow, my neighbor works for a charity, so I follow this charity page, and they retweeted this, and it's like a girl. There's a side-by-side picture, one with makeup, one without. She's like, it's not okay for you to judge either of these. I'm just like, I want to find it, because it fucking 100% is okay for me to judge everything.
Remember when we did a while back, like it was a pretty popular post. It was like porn stars without makeup, and it was like a gallery of like 40 of them. And it's just like, holy
disgusting
paint. But again, that's like a 100% that's part of their job now, is they have to get their hair and their makeup done, even though they're just going to go get naked and banged. Like, that's weird, but that's their job now.
But that's like production too, like.
Oh, yeah. It's not like them doing it in the mirror themselves. That's like they go and sit in a chair. Ooh, okay, let's talk about weird jobs for a second. Imagine being a makeup artist. You go to school, you do all your stuff, and you're a makeup artist for porn shoots.
Oh, I saw, like, speaking of that, I was going to one up the weirder job than that. I saw a picture on, I can't remember what subreddit it was on, but it was showing like how they would shoot like a POV shot of a blowjob. And like the dude's, the girl's down on the dude, and the dude's sitting back there, and the cameraman's like over his shoulder, like aiming it.
Wait, Birds, you're telling me that it's not the guy holding the camera, there's the cameraman? What do you mean? That would be
awkward. You're like just like right up on the dude's shit, and you're just like, yeah, I'm gotcha. You doing good?
Dude, imagine how desensitized to like porn and like getting turned on like you must be at that
Imagine
point.
Like you're around the set, like how do you even get like turned on by like just normal shit?
I don't think you do. I think you gotta like yeah, you gotta be into like some chick busting out in a costume, like trying to spank you with a whip type shit. No, you really must have to. Like you have to get desensitized to it. There's no way.
Imagine yelling at somebody. Imagine yelling at somebody, like the director, like, fucking pump harder.
Or like being the director yelling at the cameraman, like, get in closer,
Yeah.
We need the nut. We need the nut.
What if
you're like on that set and you're just desensitized to everything, and like you go home to your wife and she wants to do some like weird role play shit. You're just like, nah, saw that at work all week. No. I'm good.
All right. Yeah, tough day at work. Just watch some girl get DP'd while my two big black cocks. What?
So sorry to peel the onion back. Well,
peel the
back in time. So the side by side makeup thing that I was talking about, I'm not going to say the person's name, but this was side by side makeup. On the left is no makeup. On the right is with a lot of makeup. Looks like the same person, but
done up.
So it says, women don't wear makeup to please you. They can choose to wear it or not, but you're not entitled to judge them for doing one or the other.
I don't get the target. Like, who are you trying to get with this post? Are you trying to get a reaction out of a dude? Like, sweet, you got it. Like,
so let's break this down a little bit. So if I decide to paint my face black,
Blackface.
Well, not necessarily not like a race thing, but okay, let's just say orange. If I paint my face orange.
Ooh, anti-political.
And I'm walking around in public, are you not entitled to judge me and say, what in the fuck is that weirdo doing? Like, if you have fucked up makeup, such as like me walking around with my face being painted orange casually at the store, or hey, how about this? I get a fucking tattoo on my face. Can you judge me because I got a tattoo squared up right on my face? Yes, you can judge me. You should judge me.
Yeah.
That is a great judgment of character if you say that guy's a fucking idiot, because that's probably spot on, right? So why can't I judge any woman based off their makeup? Like, if you're wearing a pound of makeup, like, that's fucking disgusting. Like, I can internally judge you. That doesn't necessarily mean I should go respond to your tweet and say, you look like shit. But internally, I'm going to judge you. You want to know why? Because we literally judge everybody for everything. If we didn't do that, like, we would have, like, okay.
The makeup industry wouldn't be around if we didn't do that.
There's a person walking, I've seen him a couple times walking a couple miles away from, there's a store. I drove by. This dude's wearing a hood just plastered with face tattoos. And obviously they're gang tattoos. Am I not allowed to make that judgment, even if that's not even true, to kind of caution myself? Like, that's what we fucking do. It could be way off. He could have just been high on meth one day and just got all these tattoos and he's a great guy now. But I can use caution. Like, I would be stupid not to use caution. If I'm walking on a trail and this dude is with a hood and tattoos all over his face, I'm going to be scared as fuck. He could be a great guy, but his decisions by the face tattoos and looking like a fucking criminal should spark judgment, right? Like, why should I not fucking judge people? Like,
which leads to the question, who is she trying to get not to? I don't get it. I don't get her point. I don't get it.
Yeah, who is she wearing?
You with thought crime.
So, yeah.
Thought crime.
So for this, and you know, she actually, out of all of her tweets and stuff, like, it's got a lot, quite the response to it, but it's like, who are you wearing your makeup for? The norms of society, which is us? Or are you wearing it to please yourself because you're not satisfied with your natural body? Like, so that sounds a little bit worse. Huh. Sounds fucking retarded to me.
Deep thoughts.
Yeah.
Hey, what are you guys doing in 2022?
2 episodes in a row just thrashing.
Yeah, we did that all last episode. What are you guys doing in 2022?
Like fucking 4 years from now. What do you mean?
Yeah, what do you got plans?
Going to Mars, son of a bitch.
Oh yeah.
Well, speaking of Mars, 2022 Titanic 2 ship is set to set sail. Geez, talk about a fucking tongue twister. The ship is set to set sail in 2022. Spoiler alert. It is going to take the same route as Titanic 1. Do you get on it?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Where are these people going?
It's a movie or the boat?
The real boat.
Oh, I thought you were talking about a movie. I was like, fucking A, man.
Well, is it going to go to the same time of year that the Titanic set sail too?
I think.
No, I'm sure it's going to be more modernly built to actually, if it does hit an iceberg, to blast through that sumbitch.
Well, technically, the first Titanic was the Cadillac of boats, and never was supposed to beat that one too. It's just crazy.
Yeah, but
I'll get on it. I would do it. It's probably going to be hella expensive though.
Are people just be taking a trip from Europe to the U.S. or just coming on a boat trip?
Yeah, let me see where it goes.
So, like, what is a Titanic compared to now, like, boat-wise? It's probably smaller than way smaller than a cruise ship. I would think.
Here it is. Yep, England to New York.
That sounds dangerous.
Now it has modern navigation and more lifeboats.
Need those. Is that typical. I guess.
It costs $500 million to build.
That's it.
Sorry, I'm watching a video.
Did the Titanic only take one trip?
Yeah, it was its initial voyage.
That fucking sucks. Imagine being an investor in that.
You definitely lost 500 milli.
Yeah, well, I wonder how much the original Titanic
Gotcha.
cost to build. But probably. Let's take a guess. Hey, hold on. Before you look, let's guess.
I'm gonna say $240 million.
Oh, it's back then.
240 million.
Wait, this is like in 1920, right?
I looked. I have it. I can't tell you. I looked.
It's gonna be ridiculously low. I bet you it's under. I bet you it's under $1 million.
Okay, let me tell you the time. It was built in 1912.
Okay,
So
under $1 million. It's gonna be like 840,000.
I'm gonna say 10 million.
Burns, what was your first guess?
Way too high. I'm gonna
Okay,
say
so 10 million and under $1 million. All right, so given calculations using the U.S. Department of Labor's inflation tool, the original Titanic built in 1912 cost $7.5 million.
I win.
The inflation tool, though, how much?
Today that means it's worth 174. That's how much it would have cost.
Okay.
They spent 7.5 on it.
Okay.
And then a ticket for first class back then.
You went over though, dog. That means I'm closer.
The first ticket ranged, it was $150 then, which would be $1,700, and then a first class ticket was $4,300 then, so $50,000 now. So someone paid basically $50,000 on it
to die.
Well, first class people, I think they got a lot of the lifeboats. Don't quote me on that though.
Is
1912? That's crazy.
Yeah, imagine. Yeah, that was over 100 years ago now. Imagine what the fuck we're gonna do in 100 years from now. Oh, that's right, we won't be alive.
Too many peeps.
Because we'll be going to Mars thanks to Elon
Musk. He's his tunnel in what the hell is his tunnel is in LA is gonna open soon. The underground tunnel. Yeah, I believe I saw him tweet the other day that it was there soon.
Can they run multiple pods?
I don't know. Who's the one that whoever's doing the one in Seattle? Remember they fucked it up? I don't think. I
think it's still fucked up. Big Bertha.
I think it is still fucked. Okay, I'm going on Elon Musk's Twitter right now.
They just said 2020 or 2022 we're going to the fucking Mars, dog. There's gonna be a fucking space pod on Mars, dog.
The first tunnel is almost done. It opens December 10th, according to Elon Musk.
Of this year?
That's what it says.
I'm curious to see. Obviously you have to run multiple pods, but
so what is it? So the LA one is just like takes you from.
I think it's LA to San Fran, isn't it?
I'm gonna look.
I don't know,
Elon
dude.
Musk first tunnel.
Lots of research going on here.
I'm just reading this story back to the Titanic for a second. How it was found is kind of crazy.
How it was found?
Yeah, how it was found. It was like during the Cold War, and the U.S. lost 2 of their submarines, and so they made an announcement that they were like doing like a reconnaissance search to try to find the Titanic. They're like, we're going to go find the Titanic. We're going to go on a excursion to find the Titanic, because they didn't want to. If they found their submarines, they didn't want to like have it all be public.
Yeah.
And so they like made a fake story saying we're going to go look for the Titanic, and they found the Titanic.
Shit. Oh fuck!
Did they ever find the submarines? That's crazy. I never knew that.
Dude, it's crazy. Thinking like the depths of the ocean are insane.
Your head will fucking hurt if you start thinking about it.
Imagine if you just
Titanic was found at 12,000 feet.
That is stop. You're gonna make my head hurt, dude.
That's crazy. You imagine if somebody just strapped weights to you and an oxygen mask and they just dropped you? That'd be the worst death ever. Just slowly like fucking.
Once the pressure hits you.
Yeah, no,
you would think you'd hit the bottom?
No, the pressure would kill you first.
Like, would the pressure like rip you apart?
It'll probably just squash you.
Yeah, I mean, but like, I wonder if it would like actually.
Oh, my head's hurting, guys.
Like you just be
like
fucking.
Like I don't know what the pressure is on the ocean, but I've heard like if you land on the surface of Venus, you'll be crushed to death before you suffocate.
That'd be sweet.
That's crazy. I'm gonna go back to this other thing, and then we'll be done with the Elon Musk stuff. So, Kyle, it is.
Don't rush it, dude. Fill it out.
It is the first one that they're launching is a 2-mile test tunnel underneath the headquarters in California. It aims to transport passengers and vehicles beneath congested roadways in things called skates. They can transport 8 to 16 passengers in one vehicle at speeds of up to 155 miles per hour.
But can multiple pods be moving at once?
At once, yep. And then it says that in August, the Boring Company said that it would build a second tunnel to Dodger fans between the East Hollywood and the ballpark. And it will take 4 minutes to get to the ballpark, and it will cost $1.
Jesus.
I bet you that time to travel like that in a car is probably 45 minutes.
I wonder how long it takes to like get up to speed, because obviously you can't just go whoosh and go, you know.
Yeah, that's a good. I guess
getting up to like 60 miles an hour in a car, you know, even like 10 seconds isn't like that fast.
Yeah, 0 to 0. Like, yeah, I know what you're saying. I don't know how fast think about like when you're on, even if it was like just the shuttle like that you get on underneath the airport, you know, to get from like the S gate to the B gate. Even if it was just that fast, which is not fast, that's not hitting 155. But even if it's that fast, like, that's crazy.
So I came across a little treat 2 nights ago.
Poop?
No. So I turn on Netflix, and fucking Making a Murderer Part 2 is live. Did you watch any of it?
I'm on episode 2 of it.
Episode 2, Part 2?
What show?
Yeah.
Making a Murderer 2, Stephen fucking Avery.
I haven't started it yet.
Yeah, there's absolutely, and so this.
You never watched number 1, Burn?
I saw number 1, yeah.
Okay.
So for this one, it's kind of cool because I know that in the first Making a Murderer, one of the biggest things that fucked him was sweat on the. So they have his blood in the woman's car, but the sweat was on the underhood part. You know, that's what they said, sweat. Even though you can't get DNA you can get microscopic forms of DNA, like it's tiny amounts from sweat. But that was like the biggest aha. Even on like the Nancy bitch on the one news show was like the sweat
Nancy
is
Grace.
What gets him. Yeah, Nancy Grace. But so this lady who's now representing Stephen Avery is like got like 17 or 18 people exonerated or whatever. I think that's the right word. It sounded good. And she's like, I mean, she's super weird, obviously, being, you know, she's older and, you know, been in courtrooms her whole life.
Well, and she has to take people who have committed heinous crimes and try, and she's like a defense attorney for the bad guys, because the case that she did that was bad, her client gave her 18 murders that he never was charged for, and he said, "Well, if I die, release all the information."
Yeah, that was the one that changed her. I don't think she did that like that. Like she said she would never do that again.
Yeah.
So that was like the one that pretty much like changed everything.
Well, that had to mess up her brain, but that's
So she was so there was a serial killer, and she was the only one that had heard the confession, and legally through being his client, she couldn't say anything until he died. And so so people are all fucking mad at her because, you know, she knows all this stuff, yada, yada, yada. But it's pretty interesting because it's way more in depth and like trial wise than the first Making a Murderer series. Like, and they actually show like all like the evidence and everything, and like very, you know, like tons of detail, and like, and like she's just this amazing, you know, lawyer who gets people out of prison. And she's like 100% convinced that he was set up, and they even like reenacted things that they should have done in the first trial that they never did, and like figured out that things were almost literally impossible. Like her car was on the Avery junkyard or whatever, and like all the way in the back corner, it was in a spot that was the only spot near a back access road coming from this mine. And then the person that owned the mine was the very first person before they even knew that she was murdered. She was just missing. And somebody from that worked at that owned the mine filed a report against Stephen Avery for having a huge fire in a burn barrel. So like already like setting up things before it was even public that she was murdered. Like it's pretty crazy, but they haven't like so there were some things that the documentary initially left out, and now that they're talking, and they left it out because it was kind of like, well, shit, like, fuck, his sweat's on the shit. Like, let's not say that. It makes him look bad, you know? But really, so she basically says, like, Stephen Avery would have to be retarded to hire me because I'm going to do way more work than everybody else, and I'm going to know for sure, you know, if he's the killer or not. So if he's going to sit there and waste her time, you know, if he did it, would be stupid because she's going to find out that it was him. It's pretty interesting. I'm only on, like, episode 3 or 4. I was up until like 2 in the morning.
I think I'm on 2.
Was it his brother, the retarded one?
Yeah, Dassey, his nephew. I think it's his nephew.
Yeah, did he get released?
He got released,
but
it got reversed, and then so it got reversed, and then the state, so the federal court reversed the ruling or tossed
it went to like an appeals court.
Yeah, so basically the state court had a couple options, was to just like release him. So the only thing that even attached Brandon Dassey, the only thing that attached him to the case was his confession. That is 100% obviously
coerced,
like a whatever, coerced confession,
coerced or whatever.
So that was the only thing linking him. So they threw out basically the federal judge threw out everything, and so then the state, you know, they either could appeal, which would freeze everything, or they could just drop it or like retry, and they decided to appeal. It's the most fucked up thing because like I was a little biased on like the first one because I'm like, it's only good stuff for this, but the second one is like they follow around the lawyer, like truly finding out all this stuff. She doesn't represent Brendan Dassey, these other people who are experts in like false confessions.
Yeah, those people are so smart.
Yeah, but they show way more of the interview or the confession with Brandon Dassey, and they're just like, they show how many times they're like, you know, what did he do after that? What did he do? What did he do with the gun on her head?
Even after the first one, you could just tell like this dude doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Oh,
he's just saying shit.
He wanted to go home and watch WrestleMania.
Yeah, no, he's and then it was just crazy because like, how do the cops that did that like not feel like pieces of shit? And that's what I don't understand with all this. Like the main prosecutor, like how do you not feel like a piece of shit? Like how do you, you know, as an actual like being an intelligent person, like like connect the fucking dots on this, you know?
Like, oh, maybe I got that one wrong.
they need their convictions for numbers.
Yeah. Well, that's what
they don't want to be wrong about something.
Yeah, and I believe the reason why the second murder they pinned it on him too wasn't he like suing them for like $32 million or something?
Well, yeah, that's like the full motive is like, so basically something happened along the lines that they didn't have to pay him anymore. There's like a clause that if he was like, you know, convicted,
arrested again,
yeah, but they didn't have to like pay him. Like that's the motivation right there. That's the motive. Like how could that not be the motive?
And also like imagine if you're like a prosecutor on a case where you convicted someone of murder and then like 30 years later, you find out that they were, or it gets retried or whatever. Like wouldn't you just be like,
you should get in trouble?
Yeah.
You should.
Yeah, you would.
That's like a rape. That's like a false rape claim. Like,
well, like the U.S. Yeah.
Like, wait, even if you saw all the evidence, you like, I don't want to be. You don't want to have that feeling that you put someone innocent away. So you kind of just like try to protect yourself and say,
and that's
I'm right on this. I got it right.
That's the problem. It's like when it comes to like court and lawyers and stuff, it's all about like winning and losing. Like the winningest lawyer. Like, well, how about like the most truthful lawyer? You know, like how come we can't just like, as a society, like be like, hey man, you fucking did it. You know, remember the Minority Report? That's what we need to figure out how to like incorporate into society. Like you can actually like visions, like you can like see the future and then go. Well, so you see the future and then you just go arrest that person, and be like, you fucking murdered that person, you know.
You guys remember Brian Banks? He was the USC player. So Brian Banks, he's only 33 now. He was a high school standout football player. His junior year, he was teammates with Deshaun Jackson, who verbally committed to USC. After his junior year, he was falsely accused of rape by classmate Lynette Gibson. He spent more than 5 years in prison before the conviction was overturned in 2012 after his accuser admitted she had fabricated the entire story. Following the exoneration, Banks sought to resume his football playing career, but obviously you're in jail for 5 years. That's your senior year, your freshman year of college, your junior year of college, your senior year of college, and your rookie season. That's your prime of your career, most people. So he actually got a shot, and he played for the Falcons in 2013. But isn't that crazy? So that's like...
But that girl didn't get in trouble. That's the thing.
No, he got a $1.5 million settlement. Like, he got that back. But it's... Or, like, for falsely, like, being wrongly accused. I don't have who paid that, but I feel like the lawyer who fought against him to, like, prove him guilty of this rape should have to pay him that.
Yeah,
or go broke doing it. You know what I mean?
The thing is, like, okay, 5 years obviously fucking sucks and it's gonna change your life. But like in the long scheme of things, like that's not terrible. I'm just saying. But if somebody did that to me and they put me in for 20 years, I don't even care how much money I got at the end. I'm killing that person, 100%. You fucking say I raped you when I mean realistically, me and you are the only ones that know that didn't happen. I'm going to fucking kill you because regardless, basically what happens if I go out and say, hey, Burns raped me, and I put that on my Twitter, even if it comes out 2 weeks or a month later, like most people aren't going to see that. Like, dude, all that's going to make the news is that you raped me.
I got to go back to this.
Lie. What? Hit us with it.
I went down to like, so, on Wikipedia, you can go down to like that more stuff. This is crazy. So while he's in jail and he's already been arrested and everything, Lynette Gibson, who is the mom of the accuser, sued the Long Beach Unified School District, claiming that the Poly campus was not a safe environment. They won the $1.5 million settlement.
Oh my.
So then in 2011, that's when the accuser contacted Banks on Facebook, met with him in jail, and admitted under the presence of an attorney that she lied about the story, which then obviously gets him off. In 2013, the school district went back and sued the mom for $2 million in an effort to recoup the $1.5 million that she received along with attorney fees from that. And the school district won $2.6 million, which included the $750,000 that paid the attorney fees. So they had to pay, that much in the lawyers.
Oh, man.
And now the mom has gone into hiding and failed to appear at all court dates. She was due a second. She still owes $750,000.
But was it the mom's fault, or was it the daughter saying, "Hey, he raped me"? Like, what do you do? What do you do as the mom, though? You know?
I mean, no. I get it, right? I mean, you're gonna believe your kid.
Yeah. You have to. You have to.
But I'm telling you, I don't know how old the daughter was. Maybe I don't know what she was on, but you fuck somebody's life up like that, I'm gonna kill you. Sorry, but I'm gonna fucking kill you.
This guy probably would have made multi-millions of dollars. I mean,
he probably has a case for shit.
If you think about it, Kyle, if you spent like 25 years behind bars before it came out, that like even if you're getting out, and no matter how much money you get as a settlement, your life is fucked forever still.
I think just all the stuff you go through in prison. Like, there's tons of stories and movies out there. Like, even
you could die.
Even if you aren't a criminal, lots of people turn into criminals because that's what you have to fucking do in prison to survive. Like, I'm sorry. I would even say sorry to her. I'd be like in a dark alley and she's walking by. I would say, I'm gonna kill you, but I just want you to agree that I have perfect grounds, for what I'm about to do.
This is your fault.
Let's go through bullet points. I even brought a fucking
PowerPoint
presentation. PowerPoint clicker here. Main reason one, I'm gonna have to kill you because you said I raped you. and I was actually raped over the last 25 years by 3 inmates, and I had to stab somebody in the face so people would stop raping me. That's number one why I'm gonna kill you.
And that's all you would have to say.
Yeah, like I ate fucking cold beans for 25 years, 0 good food besides fucking chips from the vending machine.
Top ramen, dude.
And
according
top
to
ramen,
all the TV shows, top ramen's always the prime food.
I had to use fucking fruit snacks as currency. I'm gonna kill you. I'm not even mad. It's just I'm gonna have to kill you because look what you made me do. Like it would be. I actually learned in prison over the last 25 years when somebody fucks with you like that, you can't just let it happen. So I'm gonna have to kill you.
You brought this on yourself, bitch.
Good argument, Kyle. I would agree with you.
Yeah. I wouldn't be mad. I would go because I'd be like, how do I even function in society after 25 years?
All right.
Like, I need to go back to prison. What the fuck am I going to do to go back to prison? Oh, yeah, I'm going to kill the bitch that put me there in the first place. And if she's hot, you know. Shit. This C4 stuff. I need to get a C4 deal, dog. This stuff is getting me fucking amped. Cool, ladies and gentlemen. This is to the quiet point. Remember, Dude Comedy, if you got shitty ass style like Burns, Dude Comedy opened up with a Stitch Fix ad, which is stitchfix.com/Dude Comedy. Fix your trash ass style.
I'm gonna wear
some cool shit. Dude, I was looking at me and Colby. Went to this Party City to get a Halloween costume. They didn't have anything for astronauts. Not one fucking thing. I'm like, what do these kids want to be? And I seen like just
SoundCloud rappers.
Yeah, Fortnite. Is what it's
yeah.
gonna be.
So I've been meaning to do it forever, but fucking Pitbull as my. But I'm worried if I go to this party, like some people will be like, "What are you?"
You could pull off Pitbull for sure.
Oh, 100%. I just have to like. I literally just have my face shaved and shave my head, and people say Pitbull.
No, not the mustache. You have to keep the Pitbull mustache.
No, that's what I know. That's what I would do too. But I might see if I can make it happen. So we saw a piece of shit coat at Party City, but it was $30, and I'm like, eh. We didn't even get anything for Party City. While we were in Party City, we made my Amazon order for my astronaut stuff.
That's the world we live in now.
Yeah, but nothing, not one single thing astronaut wise. This is what we're teaching our kids. Don't fucking be an astronaut. Be a damn stormtrooper. Be the fucking bad guy. Go do some rebel shit.
Hell yeah, dude.
Why don't Neil Armstrong is fucking the man, and nobody wants to be Neil Armstrong no more.
Oh, what? You mean Neil Armstrong, the paid actor who fake landed on the moon? Yeah, okay.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Do stitchfix.com/Dude Comedy. Fix that fucking style. Remember, if you keep all 5, 25% off. You start doing the math internally, and you're like, that would be stupid not to keep all 5. Because 25% off. Because you've returned 1. That's
stupid.
That's 20% of all your shit. Yeah, let's think smart here. Let's think smart. Bye, Burns. You got to say anything when we go? You got fucking trash ass style. You got.
Fuck you, Jimmy, for not including this in your fucking emotional nonsense you put on Twitter, you fucking cunt.
Send it out.
He's busy, Doug.
Goodbye.